Hello, my nerdlings. If you're new here, my name is Nikki. Welcome to my channel where we get nerdy. Today, we have an unboxing, and it's kind of an interesting one. So, I have a friend in another state that every few months we send each other a book box that we curate ourselves. And that is what we have here. I have no clue what's in this. I have no clue how many books, um, genres, or anything. Goodness, she used a lot of duct tape. Hold on. It's going to take a minute. She used like 7 layers of duct tape, I swear. She also usually sends some sort of goodie along with it. I'm trying to do this where I don't show you my address, and it is not working. My address is literally right across the seam. So here. There. Like, now it's gone. But, like, there's like 6 layers of duct tape on this top seam. And my little children's scissors are not cutting it. Get it? And I'm kind of nervous also if it's gonna just tumble all out at me, having it up on the side. So, there we go. All right. So, first, a note. Nikki, happy belated birthday and happy friendship 1-year anniversary. I know this year flew by. It seems we've been book friends so much longer. I love our bond and hope it stays like this forever. Currently, your box of books are only books this month as I wanted you to get gifted only books for your birthday, as you will be getting cake and other goodies. Next one will be not as many books, but more mementos that make me think of you. I love our friendship and don't ever change your beautiful soul. Okay. First, I see Songs of the Wicked by C.A. Farron. Fear is not my master. I will never submit. A grave threat looms over the mortal world. The veil that separates the realms has weakened over time, and monsters, undesirables, claw their way out of the netherworld to torment the living. What once dwelled in whispered stories now stalks the shadows. The only guard against chaos is balance. It's a dark reimagining of The Little Mermaid. Apparently. Do we have a trigger warning list? Depictions and references to death, harm against animals and children, references to sexual assault, graphic depictions of violence, and explicit sexual content. Okay, so there's book 1. Book 2, we have Offside by Avery Keelan. After being dumped on her 21st birthday, Bailey James rebounds right into the arms of her ex-biggest competition, Chase Carter, antagonizer, womanizer, and famous left-winger of her college's rival team. Ooh. Chase and Bailey are on opposite sides of the bench. He's worked his entire life to secure a future in the NHL. She's tagged along while her brother has done the same. Fraternizing with the enemy is definitely out of the question. But what if the enemy is impossible to resist. Hold on. Next, we have Reign of Shadows and Endings by Melissa K. Rorick. Um, I know this is part of a series. Do we have a trigger warning list? I'm curious. Oh, we do. This book contains themes of severe depression, anxiety, threats of sexual abuse/assault, not between the main characters, and physical abuse, both on page and memories, not between female and male main character. You can find a complete list at the website. So, a world the gods forgot. Of all the worlds in life they created, the gods favored their children the most. But with that favor came the fear that their legacy would one day become too powerful and overthrow them. The realm was created, a realm hidden amongst the stars. The gods gave their legacy to the best of all the worlds, and then they left. A sworn agreement to never return and to never interfere. A historical event, forced to live in servitude to the Fae. The Fae are required to provide for the legacy in more ways than one. For every 5 years, the eligible Fae gathered for the selection and assigned to serve in one of 6 kingdoms, to be chosen as a personal source for the kingdom heir is the greatest honor, but for the first time in a millennia, all 6 kingdoms have heirs choosing a source, but their selections could tip the power balance a little too far. Okay, so one girl does not want to be a source and probably gets picked, is my guess. After that, we have Meet Me Halfway by Lillian T. James. Madison gave her heart to a boy at the age of 16, but all she got in return was a broken heart and a swollen belly. Alone with a baby and desperate for the love she hadn't found, she turned to a man who sealed his claim of devotion with a diamond ring. He promised her a family, a life, a future, but his lies had only been to cover the personal hell he had introduced her to daily. Now at 25, Madison has long since stopped believing in love, balancing single parenthood, 3 jobs, online courses. She doesn't have the time anyway. So when the broody neighbor living in the other side of her duplex leaves a rude note on her door, she's not interested. Not in his dark hair, not in his physique, and definitely not in the dimples she's only seen a hint of. She's 100% absolutely not interested, not even a little. Includes sexually explicit content, topics such as mental and emotional recovery from previous spousal abuse, stalking, alcoholism, sexual harassment, and assault. And then after that, we have Unbreak Me by Reese Rivers. There's $92.57 hidden in a Ziploc bag in the lining of the couch, along with a double stack of Polaroid pictures that might buy me some time. On the run, living in their car as winter sets in, Avery will do whatever it takes to hide from a monster and keep her daughter safe. One good deed in a snowy night changes everything. 3 former military and 1 German Shepherd, with their own damage, take the mother and daughter in. They fall hard for Avery and Chloe, and will burn the world down to keep them safe. Easton, Zach, and Riker. This sweet, steamy contemporary romance standalone has references to domestic abuse that may cause some triggers, The main heroine finds love with all three men as they heal each other to become a family. Okay, I'm fine with that. And then we have Under the Oak Tree by Suji Kim. This is about, what's her name? Lady Max and her husband, Sir, what is it? Sir Riften. Sir Riften and her got married, and then literally the next morning he got sent away to war. And then when he comes back, he is given the chance to marry the king's princess, his daughter, or stay with Lady Maximilian. And Lady Maximilian is convinced he's gonna leave her, and they're not. It's their love story. Then we have Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Straub. 20-year-old Temperance Versa Vieras has never been kissed, but that's what the basilisk is for. Along with 13 other contestants, Temperance must train with the basilisk to learn the power of seduction and with the prince's hand in marriage and win the prince's hand in marriage. When Temperance is matched with Caspian, the Serpent King, she realizes she might actually stand a chance. But when the tensions rising between the basilisks and the human, Temperance is suddenly torn in two directions. As her bond with Caspian deepens, so does her connection with the prince. When she uncovers a terrible secret about the royal family, she finds herself caught between two worlds, neither of which she can survive without. And then lastly, we have The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig with this beautiful naked hardcover. Pretty end pages. I know nothing of what this book is about. A gothic, mist-cloaked tale of young prophetess who's forced on an impossible quest with the one knight whose future she cannot see. Okay. I actually really like this. So I have. Do I have other Rachel Gillig books? I do. I have Rachel Gillig's other books. I haven't read them because I think they have deckled edges, and I hate deckled edges. But I do love this cover. So those are the goodies we got from a book bestie. Thank you, girl. Like the video if you did. Comment down below if you have read any of these books and what you thought of them, or if any of them pique your interest. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, and until next time, you are loved and you are valid.